Okay, that was very strange. Good morning, everyone. I am sorry I am so delayed. I thought I was live and I was not, but I am live now. Welcome, everybody. This is Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook. It is a pleasure to see you. It is Wednesday, November 13, and as always, we have quite a few items that might be interesting to you. Again, I'm sorry about this wonky start this morning. I thought we were broadcasting and I set everybody in motion here. And but now we are. Now we are live and some of you are here and it's a pleasure to see you. So, let's dive into the news this morning. We have more commentary. That's what it is at this point. We have more commentary on these new taxes that are being proposed for our municipality. And what we learned this morning is that the municipality of Puerto Vallarta is among the top most in depth municipalities in the state of Jalisco. The debt for Puerto Vallarta at present time is 320 million pesos, which puts our municipality in fifth place uh, out of 127 municipalities. In first place, we have Guadalajara with a debt of 1,117 million pesos, followed by the municipality of Zapopan, Tlaquepaque, and Tonalá. So it's interesting to see that the municipalities that have the most debt in the state are the ones that cater to tourism. Of course, now analysts are looking at the amount of tax that Puerto Vallarta is hoping to gain in revenue, or rather, the amount of revenue that Puerto Vallarta is hoping to obtain through the new tax. And when you compare it in terms of population and size, all kinds of interesting things come up. But the bottom line is the new tax has not been approved, and we will continue to keep an eye on its development, which, as I've mentioned yesterday and the day before, this would be to help with Puerto Vallarta's infrastructure. Now, moving on to other news, it is worth recalling that COVID-19 is still out there. And while it doesn't pose a major threat to the population at large, it can still be something to be concerned about. And we still hear about people we know that get it, and some people have a better ride than others. If you would like to be proactive with COVID and take a vaccine in this news, uh, item, we learned that the latest vaccine produced by Pfizer is available for purchase at Farmacias Guadalajara for 990 pesos, and you can have it applied regardless of whether you have received the previous doses or not. There you go. So, and this one is not good news. This is really unfortunate, but I suppose it is really important. Remember how a few months ago, the government of Nayarit set out to confiscate a series of properties in Nuevo Vallarta that had been sold illegally. Well, this operative, which started in 2022, is still in progress, and the latest property to be shut down and confiscated is a beach club and condo building located along the FIBA beach. This can't be good for anyone. And imagine just living at home in a building where you think everything is in order, and all of a sudden the government comes and seizes the building. I don't want to be there, and I cannot imagine how that would be a pleasant scenario for anyone. But that's the way justice is served. Let me hope that no one that is watching this broadcast is living in this building or has been otherwise caught up in a similar situation, as there are still quite a few properties that the government of Nayarit is set on confiscating back. Now, let's take a quick look at the weather just to see what's going on out there. Uh, oh, Snarky Weatherman says, you kept saying my name in your sleep last night. Maybe it was a nightmare. 28 degrees out there right now. Humidity is at 68%. And our weather forecast for today says we're going to enjoy clear skies today with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 20. Then tomorrow, Thursday, will be a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 30 and a low of 19. And then on Friday, we can expect more humidity with clear skies throughout the day, a chance of rain of 15%, a high of 30, and a low of 21. Now, we have other things to share. The first one being, oh my goodness, do I have time to fix this? Well, I wanted to tell you about the Mismaloya Sports Fishing Tournament, which is back on Saturday, November 23rd, but I didn't set up an image for it. Just know that on Saturday, November 23rd, there's going to be a fishing tournament in Mismaloya. And the unique characteristic of their tournament is that a handful of local celebrity chefs are on hand to cook the catch. Now, that sounds like the kind of tournament I would sign up for. Obviously, not to fish, but to enjoy the cooking of some of the chefs. I noticed Memo Wolf among those chefs in the list. Other important chefs in the city will be present. So this brings the question, have you ever been to Mismaloya? Do you know what is there? Do you know what to enjoy? Just write, if you haven't, just write the word Mismaloya in your comment, and I'll tell you a little bit about what it's like to be in Mismaloya for the day. Then I want to let you know that Banderas News is reporting that Kevin Anthony and the Roxanne Band are returning to Nacho Daddy after a sold-out performance on October 27. Moving forward, the popular entertainer will perform the last Sunday of every month. And I really want you to read this news item when you see it in the show notes. It is important to me that you do, because, and here's a little love letter to Banderas News, because they've dedicated an entire paragraph to let us know of what kind of music Kevin Anthony performs, then another paragraph to show his previous accomplishments, as in before he moved to Puerto Vallarta, which should serve as an enticement for you to attend. Oh, and there's a paragraph, an entire paragraph that describes where to get tickets and how much tickets are. Bravo to Banderas News for being comprehensive in their reporting. Please read this and also commend Banderas News, because it is unfortunate that sometimes even the same event organizers fail to provide us all the details about their happenings, and it is nice to see them all available in one single place. Now, you're probably asking, why aren't you giving us all the details? Well, I could, but this is a headlines broadcast. I would be taking away the entirety of their article, which is not our intention. Our intention is just to be a reference point for all the other news outlets out there, and that is why I'm hoping that you will take a look at the show notes. And yesterday, I mentioned one of the two upcoming events that were shared with me by our friends at El Rey Lounge de Versalles. The one that we mentioned yesterday was the return of their Saturday Drag Queen Brunch. And the other announcement is this brand new backyard barbecue buffet that will take place on Saturday, December 14. All you can eat. And it will feature live music by Bobby and the Other. The event, the Facebook event, features more details in case you're interested in this all-you-can-eat buffet. And here's something for the lazy in all of us. This has nothing to do with Puerto Vallarta, but I was amused by learning that if your doctor prescribes you a walk around the block for health and you are the lazy kind of person, we found the smallest city block in all of Mexico. It is located in a Guadalajara neighborhood called El Retiro. The block is so small that you can walk around it on its sidewalk in only 34 steps. It is occupied by an odd shaped two-story building, but its interior is a mystery as the owners have not allowed cameras inside. Maybe it's not very nice. We don't know. But a previous resident has stated that the rooms in this oddly shaped building are rather small. And many years ago, the building was used to store vegetables produced by people nearby. I'd like to visit that place. And last but not least, the spotlight is this afternoon. We have a couple of performers that will tell us what they're up to. I won't tell you who they are, but one is involved in comedy, improvisational comedy, and the other one is involved in a local play. We're going to have the spotlight this afternoon, as always, at 4 p.m. from Café Rio at the Joint Boutique Hotel. If you want to stop by and say hello, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can tune in from the comfort of your home. And I'm wearing the headphones again because I want to make sure that the sound with this new microphone is coming out okay. And everything seems to be fine. Let me make a quick adjustment here. That shouldn't be a big difference to you, but it will be a fun difference to me. And there you go. Now, let me take a look at your mornings. And I see a number of good mornings, which I appreciate. This is wonderful. Da, 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 da. I'm looking for cues, as always. I see a comment from Sherry. What a headache for the people who live there. I assume this has to do with that building in Nuevo Nayarit that was confiscated. And yes, keep your paperwork in order. Absolutely. And if you're buying property in town, it's always good to make sure that the purchase is legit. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Or here's another option. Another reason for me to rent, not to buy in Puerto Vallarta, says Albert. I've been a renter all my life, and I think I'm going to be a renter for the rest of my life. I see some people that are interested in Mismaloya. Let me tell you about. Oh my God! Hold on, this requires major intervention. That's much better. Mismaloya is a small beach south of Puerto Vallarta. You can get there by public transportation. In your car, you can park there. The big hotel there is the Barceló, but on the side of the hotel there's an access that is open to the public, and then along the beach there are a number of small palapa eateries where you can go and spend the day, and it's actually a really fun, relaxed, basic, mellow day trip. And of course you can explore along the beach. There's a little path that could allow you to enter the former ruins of the Night of the Iguana sets where the movie was filmed, but unfortunately access to that area is not available to the public. I suppose you could be sneaky, but I don't know if you want to be sneaky. But, you know, Mismaloya, just as Boca de Tomatlan, are two great places where you can go and hop on a bus and spend the day and do very little. Now, I am intrigued about this fishing tournament because if there's a way to get there at the time in which the chefs are cooking, even if you have to pay to enjoy, you know, I wouldn't mind doing that for the day. So that's a very little quick and dirty on Mismaloya. So I'm going to continue with the broadcast, and I'm going to keep my eyes open on details about this fishing tournament. If it's worth going and enjoying some of the catch, I will definitely keep you posted. Then I see a sweet comment about Kevin Anthony from David Dunphy. Hello, David. I have met Kevin Anthony several times, as well as hearing him perform. A very splendid gentleman and a wonderful entertainer. I totally agree with your assertion. He is a fine gentleman. He's a skilled singer, and he would be a lot of fun to watch perform. If you have never watched Kevin sing, he's an R&B singer. He does a lot of bluesy stuff, and his band is really tight. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I am so with you, Albert. The problem at my age is all-you-can-eat buffets is way too much food. I used to love them. I used to love them too, but it's just too much food. I totally agree with you. But for those people that have a bigger appetite than I do, hey, definitely go for it. What are you doing in Barcelona, Barbara? My goodness. Enjoy, and bring all kinds of photographs from your trip. Sherry agrees. Mismaloya is a fun place to spend the day. And Michal agrees with Albert. And it's not like you can take home the leftovers. Yes, imagine showing up at a buffet with a Tupperware, a container, and filling it up from the trays. Sounds tempting, but I don't know that it's a good idea. Boom, boom, boom. Pie and fish cooked over an open fire at Mismaloya, worth a day trip, right? I'm going to look into this, Karen, because whereas Mismaloya is always a fun day trip, to go when there is fresh catch of the day prepared by some of the local chefs, that sounds like a lot of fun to me. We'll definitely keep our eyes on this event. And as always, I thank you for joining me this morning. I thank you for joining me every morning. And I thank you for sharing news about what we do with your friends and family. I thank you for sharing, for liking, for pushing the buttons, all that good stuff. It goes a long way to make sure that we can be here every morning to share new information with you. So, if you're in the vicinity of the Joint Hotel this afternoon, feel free to stop by. We'll be there a little before 4 for the spotlight. And if not, I will see you again tomorrow morning right here at Coffee and Headlines. Have a great day.